All right, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim Wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit, and for this one, just my 2 cents dealing with this Nate situation. He comes out with his breakdowns change every stream. Every time they do their video, I think they do it Saturday night. The apostles check them out after camp. Because most GMS camps go out Saturday. Most, not all. The apostles, they make it a routine to check on IOIC in the gang. And you see that every week this guy Nate changes a breakdown. And so, what's in topic right now, are we going to have to fight the heathen after 1,000 years? In the kingdom of heaven, the answer is no. That 1,000-year period, as has been brought out by our elders and by different brothers, right, and by by the apostles, that 1,000-year period is when Edom was down bad during the Dark Ages. All right, another thing, because he's going to go on to say something. Nobody ever taught that Israelites were ruling in a righteous mindset during that 1,000 ages. The Moors, the Byzantine Empire, these were not righteous men in the sense of the fact that they weren't following Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Nevertheless, they were Israelite men, so-called black men, who were ruling. At no point did we ever say that 1,000-year rule, because he's getting the two wrong, the 1,000-year rule and then the 1,000 years of Esau being down. He got them all mixed and mashed and jumbled. So let me let it play for a minute. We'll get some scriptures. We'll clear all this up.
But then guess what? The Lord's going to tell us, release them. Let them go out. And their job, Gog and Magog, they're going to gather together an assembly of nations. They're going to be building weapons again. In the latter years. When? In the latter years. So now we might think that latter years is now, but it's not based on Revelation.
That latter years is now. That latter years is now.
20. It's letting you know it's after when, brothers? 1,000-year reign. Go ahead.
Shalom, brothers and sisters out there. I want to do a quick
So let me get a
video. I want to go in again on this video of Bishop Nate. All right, willing. Yeah, it could have easily been 2 hours.
You get another one, Salah.
And sisters out there, just stay tuned and listen. I'm just gonna do it like this. All right, so just bear with me here as I get the video started. Listen in.
Don't let black Hebrew Israelites fool you into saying Ezekiel 38 is today.
And now this right here is the latter portion of that video. Actually, we'll play another portion of it from earlier, but this one I want to start with. It's very curious to me how Bishop Nate is calling us black Hebrew Israelites. I don't understand that. No respectable Israelite teacher is going to call themselves or any other brothers black Hebrew Israelites if you don't agree with them. That to me is very telling. But let's just go on. It's fucking irritating, but let's listen in.
These black Hebrew Israelites get that dumb doctrine from Christians. Christians will read Ezekiel 38 and go, that's today. Have we reigned with Christ 1,000 years yet, brothers? No, we have not. So now we're in Ezekiel 38. Come on.
Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech, and Tubal, and prophesy against them.
So this area is that area of Khazaria. Put the map up. I want Russia. I want Khazaria. This is that area. Find me the map. Find me the map. We pushing them right. That ain't it. We pushing them right back to where they were at. Like when you're reading, hey, you already know what I want right now. While they're looking for the map. Job 30.
You know what? I'm going to pause it real quick, actually. We're going to go to the scriptures. We'll go to that Revelation. Because this guy doesn't, he's changing shit up every way he goes now. So let's go look at that Revelation. Let's deal with these two 1,000-year periods. Let's look at these two 1,000-year periods. What is this talking about? All right, and if you struggling with the Ezekiel 38 breakdown, nigga, there just ain't no hope for you. Revelation 20:1. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and the great chain in his hand. That angel is Yahushua. The chain represents the binding that is about to occur. All right, the bottomless pit is Europe. And I'm gonna keep. I'll read through 3. Yeah, I'll just read through 3. Verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So right there, we understand that this 1,000 years right here, this first 1,000 years, is the fall of the Western Roman Empire of Esau Edom losing his control between 300 and 400 AD, and then re-emerging during the Renaissance era, 1300 to 1400 AD. All right, and that angel was Yahushua, who worked on the minds of the men to cause the collapse of the Western Roman Empire. Okay, and that chain that bound him, and him being shut up, and a seal upon him, was his wisdom and his understanding being taken away from him, and being in that base caveman-like state. So now what we're gonna do, let's go over a blue letter. Let's look at that word seal. This 1,000 years is not referring to him being in the kingdom, then he's gonna be loosed. No. Because the scriptures tell you clearly all over the place, once the Israelites finally get to the kingdom, they would never be in war anymore, nor suffer anything. Okay? So let's look at that word seal real quick. And we're going to go back and deal with verse 2 as well, the dragon, the devil, and all that. Trust me, I didn't forget it. So I want to look at that word seal. Yep, okay, seal. Looks like sphragizo, to set a seal upon, mark with a seal. It says things sealed up, keep in silence, keep secret. Let's see. In order to prove, confirm, or attest a thing. Okay, so basically that sealing was Esau Edom being locked away in Europe, all right, bound in the bottomless pit. All right, it's known as the bottomless pit for its lack of natural resources and for it being the birthing place of the beast. All right, the scriptures tell you the beast would rise up out of the bottomless pit. Where the fuck did what landmass did EU NATO spawn out of? All right, you do the math. Okay, so now let's go back. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's look at that 1,000-year time period. Let's do this real quick. Salakia. Let's do. Damn it. Yeah. All right, Salakia. All I did was type in the fall of the Western Roman Empire. They give you a specific date, 473. But as you dive in deeper, you know, as our apostles have done, go back and watch the videos. All right. Its fall began in the 300 ADs. All right, accomplished in the 4. And then simple Google search, type in what? When did the Renaissance start? 14th century, which would be the 1300s. So it makes out, you know, 1,000 years. Matter of fact, let me see something. Scroll here. Okay, that's good. So you see that he went down in the 300 to 400 AD and came back up to 13 and 1400 AD. And the reason why it calls him in verse 2, it says what? And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. He is called a devil because he's a deceiver. Esau, he's called Satan because he contends with us, literally. Because the spiritual demon Satan wasn't bound nowhere. Scriptures tell you, Satan runs to and fro on the earth. He doing his job. This is dealing with Esau, Edom. But now, why does it call him the dragon and the old serpent? What is that referencing to? Go back to Genesis. Let's go. Where's it at? Yep. Genesis 3 and 14. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. All right. This was the curse that was given to Esau, Edom, the fact that he would go through a period of being abased, all right, in the dust, without reason, without sense. And that prophecy was fulfilled when he fell during the Dark Ages, and niggas was running rampant. Okay, just tying up all the strings. So now you go back to Revelation. Now we go back to the 4th verse. All right, and the way that the elders break it down, when you read 1 through 3, you pause, and then it picks back up in verse 7. Verses 3 through 4 are not congruent. They don't go in a straight line. It pauses and it jumps. So now we go verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and the judgment was given unto them. To who? The elect men. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received the mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. So the elect are going to have literally prime, all right, first direct hand rulership with Yahushai, with the responsibility of building up the kingdom and laying down the law of the land, getting the heathen in order. And after that 1,000 years, the heathen will be allowed to, or I'll use the phrase, their bondage won't be as hardcore. All right, they will have learned, how to serve, how to obey to a degree. Now they're not going to have the new body, so they will still sin, but we're not going to be having to crack them on their head as much. All right. And then obviously, you're going to have the 230ans who have died. They're going to be being, reborn as the elect, and the 1/3, men, women, or children who were saved, as they're going to be reproducing. But that the elect 144,000 men are going to have direct rulership with Yahushai that first 1,000 years. So this 1,000 years in verse 4 and this 1,000 years in 1 through 3 are two different sets. All right, we go to Micah 4 and 8. It says, and thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. All right, so we know that first 1,000 years is dealing with the establishing and the dominion of the kingdom. And during this time, at no point will Esau, Edom rise up against us. Okay, Isaiah, is it 1 or is it chapter 2? Let me see. Yep, Isaiah 2. So in the process of us building the kingdom, what's going to happen? Isaiah 2 and 1. It says, Isaiah 2 and 1. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So this lets us know when the Israelites are established in the top of the mount, which is going to take place during that 1,000-year time period, there will no more be any war. The heathen will no longer have the spirit upon them to be trying to wage war against us or against themselves for the domination of the planet. It will be done away with. Go back to Revelation. Further proof. Revelation 21. We go over to verse 4. It says, And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Okay? So in our kingdom, we are not going to experience sorrow, death, pain, crying, or any negativity or detriment. War causes pain, death, and suffering. Esau will not have any capability to rise up against us under any circumstance or format whatsoever. The heathen will be doing things that are against the law, and we will be punishing them with the rod of iron to keep them into correction. We're not using the rod of iron to go to war. All right. The rod of iron is chastisement, is breaking them down. Matter of fact, Revelation 2, it didn't tell you that we're going to be going to war with them with the rod of iron. It tells you we're going to break them into pieces. Now here in Revelation, all right. Now in Jeremiah, you have 50. It tells you, my battle axe and weapons of war. That's going to be when the elect are brought back down with Yahushai fighting, beating down the heathen armies. It tells you that 2 Esdras 13 as well. Yahushai is going to be fighting and is going to subjugate these heathen. All right, it tells you that in Revelation 19. But once we're in the kingdom, we will not be fighting to, wrestle the grip of the world. We will already have the grip of the world in our hands. We will be chastening them when they go off. Revelation 2 and 27. Matter of fact, 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter, they shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. All right. So we're going to rule over them in the kingdom. We're not going to be going to war with them in the kingdom. The war will have already happened, during the time of Armageddon. America being destroyed, Yahushua returning. That's when the great war is going to take place. There will not be another war in the kingdom. At all. Fuck is you niggas on? Let me see. Is that word rule? Looks like G4165. Pomeno. Keep sheep, rule, govern, nourish, supply the requests, the requisites for the soul's needs. Now, we're not going to be, hand to mouth feeding them, but this shows you that we will have governance over these heathen. Okay? We're not going to be going to war with them in the kingdom of heaven. They will have already been subjugated. The war will happen at the return of Yahushai. That 1,000 years was him being bound in Europe. And then the other 1,000 years is us establishing the kingdom. So now when you come back to verse 6, all right, time jump. These are two different 1,000-year periods. Let's look at what's going to happen after those 1,000 years, that 1,000 years when Esau was loosed during the Renaissance era. Verse 6 says, blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, but they shall be priests of Yahweh and of Hamashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. All right, so boom. Verses 4, 5 through 6, this 1,000 years is different from 1 through 3 and 7 through 8. Verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. So now right here, Now, the reason why I went to that Genesis, right? It tells you Satan shall be loosed. So now you got to ask yourself a question. Is Satan in the kingdom of heaven going to be in prison? Is the spiritual demon Satan going to be in prison? Has there ever been a time period where the spiritual demon Satan has been in prison? No. And if you believe so, you have to prove that scripturally. Has there been a time period where the so-called white man was in prison for 1,000 years? Yes. What was that time period? The Renaissance. What was the location? The bottomless pit, aka Europe. So this Satan here that is loosed is not the spiritual demon Satan. This Satan here is Esau Edom being loosed during the Renaissance era, in which he would come back out into the world, deceive everyone, set up, he would go on to set up, Great Britain, the 7th, and then America, the 8th, and gain control and power of the world, set up the beast, EU, NATO, right? And in doing so, he has acquired enemies. The top enemy being Russia, that's going to go to war with him. The Russians inhabit Gog and Magog and are going to be the leaders of the fight against Babylon. Okay, we're not going to be fighting against the Russians in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so let's go back to let's go to this Job now. Satan follows his orders. Satan is a good spirit for the Heavenly Father. Job 1:6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Okay, so Satan ain't never been bound, and Satan has never disobeyed anything the Heavenly Father has made him to do. That's why I'm going to this to prove it. Satan does what he's supposed to do. Esau Edom is the motherfucker running amok in the earth. He was the one who was loosed. All right, who the Heavenly Father gave him back his understanding and allowed him to deceive the world. How has he deceived the world? Come to Revelation 15. And that's another thing, dealing with that Revelation 20. Has the spiritual demon Satan been down here on the planet Earth using technology and science to deceive the earth? No. Who has? The so-called white man. Is the so-called white man going to have access and the capability to use technology and science in the kingdom of heaven? No. How do we prove that? We just read in Isaiah the 2nd chapter. All of his war machinery and technology will be dissipated and done away with. And we're not going to give it back to him under any circumstance. Revelation 13. And let's go to verse 12. It says, And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. This is America acting in the stead of Rome, using its same political system, ideologies, warlike tactics. All right, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast. That first beast was Rome, whose deadly wound was healed. Its wound was healed by way of America. All right, resurrected EU, NATO, and which is the beast, and America, which is the whore upon the beast. Verse 13. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So right there, the so-called white man was given his technological capabilities to deceive the people in the world on this side. He's not going to do so in the kingdom of heaven under any circumstance. All right. And this Revelation 20 here links back up with that Ezekiel 38. This war of Armageddon. This is the latter days. This is the final war. Okay. This is dealing with now. Matter of fact, let me see. Because this is, I want to get, this is Ezekiel 38, 37, 39. Matter of fact, yeah, okay. Now, okay, right, y'all. 38, I don't even need to read anything in here, but I got something to shut it down. 38 lets you know the war that's going to be going on, Armageddon, the Russians coming up against Babylon, right? When you go to 39, what does 39 do with? 39 deals with the fallout, right? And what one of the verses that you come down to, Verse 13, Ezekiel 39 and 13, it says, "Yeah, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai power. And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury it with the passengers, those that remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it. After the ends of 7 months shall they search it." So right here, this is dealing with the battle after Armageddon, World War III. We will be forcing the heathen to clean up some of the mess they made in other parts of the world, because America is going to be completely destroyed. No one's going to have it here. But the other parts of the world is going to be a part of that cleaning process at the beginning of the 1,000 years. We're not going to get to the kingdom of heaven, go to war after 1,000 years and have to clean it back up. No. In the kingdom of heaven, we are done. We are set. No more suffering. No more toil. These heathen will have to clean up their mess after the battle of Armageddon, not after no 1,000 years in the kingdom, man. Come on now, Jake. Y'all hustling backwards.
You know what I want right now while they're looking for the map? Job 30. The heirs of God. They're not his firstborn. We're God's firstborn.
Another thing that I always notice too.
I have disdain to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Come on. In famine, they were solitary on the earth. Go ahead.
Fleeing into the wilderness.
They fled into the wilderness.
In former time.
You can put it on the map.
In former time.
In former times.
Desolate and waste.
Desolate and waste. Hey, put the mountains of Caucasus Mountains up. Well, in the cliffs of the valley, it says they shall be shut up in prison.
Yes, sir. Isaiah. Yes, sir.
Isaiah, I'm sorry. Isaiah 24. I ain't looking at the verse. Help me out.
Yes, sir. I got you. Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 22. "And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. And shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited."
They're going right back to that same prison. You remnant of Edomites, y'all cannot go past the Caucasus Mountains. Y'all stay right there. But then guess what?
The kingdom, it remains to be seen.
So you see, he's just fucking talking, man, and the people around him, they're just eating it up.
As two. Come on.
"And they shall be gathered together."
Oh, watch this part right here. Read it again.
"And they shall be gathered together as prisoners."
As what?
As prisoners.
As prisoners. What's going to happen to the white man? They're going to be gathered together. Those that are left after the destruction shall be gathered together as prisoners. Go ahead.
Are gathered in the pit. And shall be shut up in the prison.
Oh, we're going to shut them up in prison. Go ahead.
And after many days shall they be visited.
Wait a minute. And then it says, and after many days shall they be visited. Go ahead. It's going to explain later on.
"Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion."
So the sun and moon of the nations, their wisdom, their understanding, going to be confounded, not ours. Go ahead.
"And in Jerusalem, and before his ancients, gloriously."
Now let's get some understanding of that. Let's go to Revelation 20.
So it's crazy. He breaks certain parts down right. The fact that it says the moon shall be confounded, the sun shall be the same. These heathen, they'll be out of their power. He breaks certain parts down right, but then he breaks other parts down wrong. This isn't dealing with after 1,000 years. This is literally dealing post World War III, the fall of Babylon. We're not going to wait 1,000 years to visit them. After the fall of Babylon, Esau will be taken and put in bondage and will be made to work. And then he will be destroyed. After the said 1,000 years, there's not gonna be 1,000 year. Oh my Lord, man.
Revelation 20, and we're going to start at verse. Let me look at it first, Yuri. I want 7, but I might want to hear 4. Let me hear 4.
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4.
I want y'all to listen good.
And
now this goes between Ezekiel 37 and 38.
Now I wanted to mention real quick before he goes too far. We explained that already. The prisoners being gathered together as prisoners in a pit and shut up in a prison represents the slavery of Esau Edom, right? Let's get one more quick precept. Is it the slavery of Esau and the nations, should I say? Damn it. Revelation 21. We read that one anyway. And after many days shall it be visited, meaning that's when they're going to be destroyed. That's 1,000 years ending. They're going to be destroyed. Now, what did I want right here? Revelation 13. And we read this at camp. And the Edomites and all the nations get mad. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So now Bishop Nate was right when he said after the destruction, they're gonna go. They're gonna be locked in. Basically, he said locked in the prison. The meaning of that is they're gonna be in slavery. It don't mean they're gonna just be locked in a damn prison. But this, let's let him go on a little more here. See, all nations going into slavery. Esau them, they're led into captivity. They're going into captivity. But we explained already, Isaiah 60, Revelation 21, that they're going to be working, right? They're going to be serving us. As a matter of fact, can we get that in Isaiah 61? Because he tried to make it a point later on. This is going to be allowed to be is in the Caucasus Mountain. That's damn going off. This is Isaiah 61:4. It says, and they shall build the old waste. They shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. Now, it's talking about the Israelites, but how are we going to do this? It's going to explain it to you. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. Where's our flocks going to be? Where's our vines going to be? Are they going to be in the Caucasus Mountains? No. First and foremost, they're going to be in the Holy Land, but then we're going to spread out all over the galaxies, all over everywhere. But we're going to have Edomites there doing our work, tending to our crops, doing everything. They ain't going to just be locked up in no damn prison in the Caucasus Mountain for those 1,000 years. That's damn going off. Because their 1,000-year period is going to be their period of slavery, and after that, they're going to be destroyed.
Yeah, see, hey, the elders breaking down. I don't know where Nate got that. We're going to have them locked up in the Caucasus Mountain for 1,000 years in the kingdom. That's fucking silliness and madness. So, those, hey, just, chiming in on it. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Those are two different 1,000-year periods. And that's something that if you don't understand, you will get very confused right there. All right? Because if those, the scripture says the Heavenly Father's a man that he should not lie. If those are the same 1,000-year periods, then something's not adding up. Right? Come on now. So that's about it, y'all. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Grand Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all like the Akim, Wa Akwa, learning, teaching, and truth, and sincerity, Shalom.